Aw, yeah, Daddy's Game Time coming at you live from the Central Coast of California. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We're coming at you right here. Boom! We're on! We're live! It's Monday night, 7 p.m. Oh, yeah! I'm so excited. I have a lot of adrenaline coursing through my veins right now.
I don't know what that clicking was when you were...
You should how it get happens, that look out, dude. That's how it happens.
You should really.
It's all that energy, man.
You probably need some kind of medication. Or
Like, yeah, man. I'm happy. I'm happy. Right. I'm excited, man. I'm excited for
Why
all
are you
of
so
our
excited?
fans. I'm excited for us because this is gonna be a great show.
No, it's not.
I'm Leo with
Rick
and
Francisco,
and this is your #1 show on Facebook about gaming, movies, pop culture from a daddy's perspective and some technology.
I think it's because we're the only ones.
We're the only one with all those hashtags in there. So I just wanted to thank you from the bottom down there, bottom of my heart for those 31,000+ views on our YouTube video from last week's live stream that we performed.
30K, guys.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It's like a love letter.
Whoa.
Love letter to all of our fans.
Whoa.
Yes.
What were you doing to the mic right there for a second? What was going on?
You guys somehow just sent digital heart chocolates.
No, it's not like that. It's not like that. I'm digging my own hole here.
Yeah.
It's just like that.
Speaking of digging my own hole, Francisco, you were mentioning a little something about United Airlines. Are we talking about that? I want to talk about it.
I guess we are now.
It's an injustice when somebody like them does something
like them.
So.
What do you mean them?
There's only one team in the world that can and they're standing right in front of me.
So basically this morning, a gentleman, a doctor actually, got thrown out of a United Airlines flight. And the reason why, and he had a ticket and everything. He paid for his ticket. He was put in a seat. They were boarded. They were ready to go. But apparently, the unofficial story says...
What was the Fresh Prince, his buddy, Jazzy Jeff? Like that.
Yeah.
Thrown out.
Basically, what happened is that the unofficial story says that they overbooked the flight and they needed some flight crew members to fly to another airport. So they needed seats for the crew members, captain, pilot, what have you. So they asked for volunteers. Who wants to step down from the plane? Nobody wanted to volunteer. So the airline started picking at random. And they picked this one gentleman who didn't want to come off the plane because he was a doctor and he had patients he had to go see. That was his story. So what does the United Airlines do? They call security and the police, and they throw this gentleman out of the plane.
Shame on you.
They hurt him really bad. They bloodied him, bruised everywhere, and that was really sad. So now everybody saw this because, nowadays everybody has a cell phone. So they're going to tape whatever you do bad and you cannot hide from it. So their apology on Twitter was, we're sorry this happened, blah, 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 blah. It just read as, we're sorry we got caught. That's what it sounded like.
I wonder how many times they've done stuff like this before too. Obviously, people that had done nothing wrong. We all know it's common policy that they overbook these flights.
Yeah, I expect them to ask for volunteers, but not physically select these volunteers.
Yeah, it's like they're selected for the reaping, It's the Hunger Games. United Airlines Hunger Games.
So the doctor's standing out there with the... Oh,
Doctor.
Yeah, 3, not 2, sorry.
Doctor, we salute you.
I volunteer. We salute you.
Tres de asada.
We got it. I love that. One.
Oh, man.
So I'm sure there's some satire hashtag United Airline tags.
There's gotta be a lot of memes right now. Yes, there's gotta be.
Shame on you. And United Airlines isn't some low budget, company. I mean, they're
generally speaking within the United States, they're very highly respected, and rated,
especially because of 9/11.
For them to do something like this, it's just come on, guys, really. I hope that doctor takes you
he's
all the way to the bank,
Oh yeah, but
imagine if I didn't know about the patients that were waiting on him, but imagine if some of them were on the verge of basically dying, like if they needed some emergency procedure and he was on his way over
and he was the only one that was able to procure that. Yeah, exactly. Like if you're gonna sell those tickets, bruh, just
this is like
Doctor
Strange waiting to show up bad.
Yeah. Speaking of selling stuff, what's that down there, Francisco?
So basically, starting on April the 13th and until April the 23rd, you're gonna be able to go onto our website at thatisgametime.com/merchandise and be able to buy anything you want and be shipped everywhere in the world for free using that code. So if you wanna help us out, help a brother out, help a few brothers out, and it would very, very greatly appreciate it.
With original designs by yours truly and myself as well.
Yeah.
I like how you said yours truly and pointed over.
I just realized
he did
no Francisco on that one.
I just realized what that sounded like. If somebody's just listening to us in the form of a podcast, it just sounds like I said me twice.
He meant it. He meant Francisco and himself.
Francisco and me. Yeah. Jeez.
You get that out of your system? You got all that out?
Dude,
you ready to be serious?
You know what? I have a lot of adrenaline, but I'm also very tired. So
no excuses.
We have a very good show for you today. We're going to be talking about 13 Reasons Why, new Netflix series. We're going to be giving you our thoughts and reactions on that.
I feel like a little schoolgirl when I watch this show.
Home Alone?
Yeah. Spoiler free. And we're also going to be bringing you Leo's Furious 5.
Oh, snap.
Once
I
again.
think we need like an intro music for like flaming sound effects.
You need a theme song.
you need fireworks, something.
Yes. Something sizzling, some carne asada to eat.
But before we get to all of that's the meat. That's like the main course. Your Furious 5.
Where's the salad?
Right now we gotta get. No, right now we just finished our appetizer actually. Now let's get to the salad.
I want soup. Can I have soup instead?
You can have soup.
Okay.
Albondigas for you.
Oh my!
Running joke between this guy and me.
So let's continue with the show, guys. Let's continue.
Yeah.
So right, what do we got going here?
We got some
dude,
big time news here.
This came out last week, right?
Yes.
Or 2 weeks ago.
Yes.
I can't remember.
We were supposed to talk about it in last week's show, but it was a little heavy already on our topic list, so we had to save it for this week's.
Save it for this show.
I only saw about up here. Around right here is all I saw.
Oh, you haven't seen it?
No, I haven't actually seen the full trailer, to be honest. So,
dude. So this is Justice League, for those of you that don't know.
DC.
Back here, you're seeing magic in the making, and this is actually giving me hope that the DC universe is actually going to be good.
So far, it looks...
when I saw this trailer the first time, because of the music, because the way it was shot, it gave me a vibe like Suicide Squad gave me a vibe. I was super, super excited. Remember I told you first about the 3 different trailers I saw? First I was excited, then I was like, meh. And then I got excited again for the movie, and then I actually saw it, and then I was like, meh. This is the excited one. This is the exciting trailer.
Meh.
Yeah, this is
in that sequence.
It's pretty cool.
I still don't like the Flash's suit. It seems too Power Ranger-y to me, but maybe it'll grow on me.
I enjoy the suit.
I mean, technically,
I enjoy. I'm not married to the look of the Flash per se. I've liked him since I was a kid.
the cyborg,
but
I don't.
But the
you
suit,
don't?
He's looking way too fake, like extreme. I mean, he's obviously he's all CG, but
you know what?
It looks
I was
too
thinking the
much
same
CG.
thing. It looks too CG. Like he's not really in there. He's just like hologram Tupac. Right
like we need RoboCop as cyborg.
As the cyborg.
Old school RoboCop, not the new RoboCop with the left hand thing.
So
and
we
they showed a
see
football
Lois
player and then Flash running. I wonder how many yards Flash would run for if he was in the NFL.
A lot.
We can actually see that Lois Lane is in shot right here, and that tells us that Superman is somehow involved. As we know in the first Justice or Batman v Superman, Superman, spoilers, you should have seen it by now.
You should have. Shame on you.
He's dead. So they don't show him in this trailer at all, which makes me wonder, what if, and this would be really, really cool, what if Superman is the bad guy?
Ooh.
And they have to get together to, beat him up and then make him come back and be good again. And then Darkseid shows up. That'd be the best timeline right there.
That would be kind of cool.
I got to pause before we go into the next one. Before we go into the next one.
No. We got to
Dude.
No, I'm sorry, Rick. I'm sorry.
We're moving along. We're moving along.
No, I'm pausing it.
No, all I was gonna say is that from that trailer, because that was the first time I seen it in completion, it does seem like there's going to be a lot of action and a lot of involvement of all of the DC characters now coming into form the Justice League. Cyborg, I didn't like how he looked. He looked too CG. The suit for Flash, I'm okay on that. I'm more down on the side that they didn't use the other actor. What's his name? I forget his name from the series.
Macaulay Culkin.
Macaulay Culkin. Flash. But the suit's okay because technically the other one was kind of like leather.
I like this actor for Flash.
Really?
The Perks of Being a Wallflower. You ever see that?
No.
Great film.
Oh, he was in it?
Film. This guy was in it.
We're used to the. I think it's
this
Grant
guy's an
Gustin. Grant Gustin is his name. I think we're more used to him, and he's a really good Flash.
He's pretty good.
You haven't seen the series.
I saw the first episode, and I was just kind of like, it seems too much like a little kid.
It gets really good, dude. Like
they're
using timelines from the actual comics, and I was very surprised that they went there, being that it's just a TV show,
right?
But it's really good.
But the suit itself, I don't mind it because on the series it looked like a leather.
I don't like it.
This one, it looks like it's. I mean, technically, if it were possible, the friction, the heat that he generates, there's got to be something in there.
And they explain that in the comics, and about the Flash, that his suit is specially made. So
that's why. So that's why I don't mind it. The Power Rangery look, because there's got to be something in there. To basically cool him down or that kind of stuff. But anyways,
I'll allow it.
I'll allow it. Moving on.
Other than that, it looks
dude, I saw that this morning. When I woke up, I was still half asleep, and I just saw this, and I'm like, oh, cool. New Thor. Okay, cool. And then at the end, you will see why at the end.
OMG.
Oh, my goodness. I haven't seen it. This is my first time watching it.
Mjolnir is broken, dude.
Helen?
What the heck?
What's Mjolnir?
The hammer.
Dude.
Mjolnir has a name? Hammer has a name?
Mjolnir.
Mjolnir?
Bruh.
Just watch it.
Oh, dude, look at that.
Just watch it. So.
Looks like a big church.
It's Asgard.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so here comes Thor.
So Ragnarok translates to the end, right?
The end is coming or something like that.
It's done, basically. And we see that Thor is taken as a prisoner.
Like
they cut his hair off.
Vibe, don't you think?
And we see the Fly. The Fly is in this.
The Fly.
And of course,
I forget his name.
Ezra.
They got machine guns.
Idris Elba.
Oh yeah,
Loki has to be here. Back. Yes, they're fighting for their home, Leo. So he has to be here. Look at this.
Man.
Look at
Braveheart
this.
Thor.
Look at this.
Dude, no,
look at this.
Shut your mouth and look, Leo.
No, dude.
And I like the helmet.
Look.
Like
he's in Tron now.
Look at this, Leo. Just shut your mouth and look.
Han Solo.
Yes.
Yeah. That's kind of cool.
And look at his reaction. That's what I love the most.
Everybody's like, what?
And they're like, we know each other. We work together. Or something like that. He says, from work. He says from work.
We know each other from work. Yeah.
Look at this, bro.
That's really cool. I like how they did the whole He-Man like special effects in it.
Dude.
This movie.
I had no hope for this, I have to say. But after seeing this, I'm actually excited.
How could you have no hope for Thor,
dude?
Man?
Thor 2 was not that great.
It was better than the first one, but I felt like it was just kind of like, here's a bonus. Here's an.
I'll be honest with you.
Chew on that.
I'll be honest with you. I was more hooked into the Thor movies than I was into the Iron Man movies or any of the other Marvel movies before the Avengers hit.
All right.
Yeah. So Thor, Ragnarok, He-Man. I like it.
I like how
they're totally going with the He-Man look. Look at this. This is so cool.
I
Marvel,
like how they're going.
Make a He-Man movie.
That would actually be kind of funny, kind of cool. I like how they're going towards the.
They do have the rights for He-Man for the comics right now. Marvel does.
Marvel has the rights. How about for the films though?
I don't know.
Because I think
I'm sure
last time I heard Universal was working on a script for He-Man, but that's been like 20 years in the making.
There's He-Man comics made by Marvel right now, so yeah.
As long as Dolph Lundgren comes out as He-Man,
let's get it done.
No, I like how they're going with a not so serious Thor. Like he's got that. What do they call that?
He-Man was one punch before one punch.
Hubris is what they call it.
Mm-hmm.
Because remember his first movie, he was like really serious. Yes. He was looking to regain or basically to show off who he was and to prove his worth, kind of deal. This is just kind of like, I'm Thor.
Yeah.
I'm here. Let's party.
I like this story.
It
yeah,
is. It's funny.
It's a good personality.
It's cool. I like how, and again, I know little bits and pieces. I like how they tie in War
Hulk.
War World Hulk. No, it's
World War
isn't it
Hulk.
Yeah, there you go. That War World Hulk.
From Planet Hulk.
Planet Hulk. There you go. I like how they tied that in, but I thought it wasn't Thor. I thought it was a different character that he goes up against.
It in the comics is different. In the comics is basically somehow the Hulk ends up in space in another planet, and he becomes their king. And there's a similar species, kind of like looks like the Hulk, but they're not quite the Hulk, because the Hulk is created. So he mates with one of them, and he has a son in Planet Hulk, which is half the Hulk, half whatever the
ogre.
Ogre thing,
whatever it is.
thing.
So he's not gonna wait for Scarlett Johansson.
I don't know what they're doing
after
here in
Avengers
the movies.
2.
So there's that break. What happened there? This
is what happened when Civil War was happening. That's why they're not in Civil
After
War.
Ultron,
Yes.
Voltron. Now I'm on board with this, folks.
After Ultron,
Voltron?
when they defeated, remember he jumped on the plane
And he left.
and he just said, "I'm out."
And that's where he ended up.
He ended
I'm
up
out.
in outer space.
Like that. Yeah. So basically,
You can break the illusion. Rick. You can break the illusion. We are in a video game room.
Yes.
That's super brightly, insanely detailed and in focus.
So he just basically split and ended up in this planet. So hopefully it kind of ties into the next Hulk movie, because I think there's one coming up pretty soon, right?
Yes.
So hopefully we get to see how he ended up there, and maybe it's gonna be half and half, like half how we got there, the other half after this kind of deal. So
we're getting a lot of cool movies. We're getting Spider-Man, Guardians of the Galaxy, Thor, and Star Wars. What up?
Yeah.
What a time to be
We
alive.
are excited, folks.
2017.
What's this?
This is
guys?
Annabelle. Because A-Money asked us to talk about Annabelle last week.
A-Money, our
This
number
is-
one
this is
fan.
for you.
What up, A-Money? Whoop, whoop.
Is he on there? I think he said something.
He's watching.
No, but I think he commented something. I don't. Well, let's watch this while you observe that.
We'll talk about it later. A-Money.
So
wait, he's AJ Bishop now, right?
I don't.
Yes.
I don't think.
Sorry.
These
Sorry.
rappers.
I don't think is this. This is part 2, right?
Yes, I never saw the first
I
one
never saw
because
the
it
first
Not
scares
to be
the crap out
confused
of
with
me.
parkour.
Okay.
And there's
parkour.
also the what's the other movie called? The one that Annabelle comes out?
In the first, there was The Conjuring.
Oh crap!
The
That scared the
Conjuring,
crap out of me.
then Annabelle,
Oh, not family friendly show.
and then
Not family friendly segment.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah. Is this a Red Band trailer?
No,
No.
I don't believe there's any.
It's just creepy.
Okay, so
It's pretty scary.
all right, so I guess you could still watch it.
Oh,
maybe not.
No, it was a
Maybe
dog.
not.
It was a
So
dog.
apparently Annabelle is possessed by the daughter of these guys, of that couple, because as you saw, she had an accident. I guess she died right there. So her spirit is basically roaming around through that doll in this house.
Oh God, there
Oh
she is.
snap!
It looks like there's another family involved. I don't
Based
know.
on based on the original Raggedy Ann doll.
Raggedy Ann.
You're gonna scare a
Raggedy
lot of
Ann.
people.
Oh,
up buying
dude.
Raggedy Ann dolls.
Oh no, it's on the freaking. Oh God.
It's okay because I don't think
Oh,
they sell
God.
Raggedy Ann dolls anymore, do they?
No, they
Thrift
do.
store.
I actually got my daughter one.
Oh, gosh.
And a Raggedy Andy too.
Oh,
You have just scarred her.
Raggedy Ann dolls.
So
Well, it's just this one doll that's possessed. I
I've
hope you
never
didn't get
seen-
yours at a thrift store.
I did actually.
Oh my God! I'm never going to your
I
house.
hope you didn't go to this house and pick up that doll.
Actually.
Wait! Whoa!
What?
Did I
What?
read that right?
The Conjuring 3.
No. Let's see. I need to back up, homie.
That's
Back
it.
up.
I think you backed up way too much.
Yeah, you
Maybe
did.
I did, but
Back-
I need to
don't
make
back
sure.
that- don't
I
back
need to
that
make
thing
sure
up.
for the next chapter.
Don't back that thing up.
The next chapter in the universe.
Conjuring universe.
Oh, there's a universe
They're
now.
doing
Why-
that too?
Why is everybody doing
What?
this?
Dude.
What's up with this?
Dude.
Oh, man.
Universal's doing that with their monsters and now this. Oh, wow.
Yeah, Marvel's changing the landscape of, of films.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure.
They can't.
I like it when Marvel does it, but when there's others that
Copycats.
are starting to do it.
When not
like,
Marvel is doing it?
like this, like is this really supposed to be like a
dude.
universe? Like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't buy into it.
Oh, there's another one.
Toretto in the house.
Well,
Freaking
this wasn't actually
Tyrese.
on our list. I think this
But
is
it's fine. Just let it
It's
let
fine.
it
Just
slide.
let it go.
There's
I'm not
an-
gonna skip the ad.
Here's
this
an
is actually an ad.
advertisement.
I will tell you one thing my wife
Oh,
told me
yeah.
about this. Because we went to see Logan this weekend, and
Uh-huh.
and this played at the theater. I went to get popcorn, come back, and she tells me, you know what? This actually looks really good. She hates these movies.
She does?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, these
So-
are some of the greatest films of our
I'm still-
generation.
So for her to
This is the
say
eighth
that
movie?
this actually
Yeah,
looks
Fate.
good,
Fate.
Yes.
Galaxy S8.
Oh,
Fate.
okay.
Sate.
Nice,
it's the
nice.
fate
I
of
think
the
I'm
Furious.
I think I've only seen 4, so I'm way behind, guys.
So Lorero
What
here
kind
is
of
the
a
bad
stick
guy.
shift was that?
Lorero
Sorry,
is the bad
sorry.
guy. They're trying to grab him, I guess. He says F family.
Oh,
Oh, snap.
family friendly.
Yeah.
Family friendly F the family.
Rick, come on.
keeping it
I
clean.
apologize, folks.
Keeping it clean.
Remember that thing that happened with Colin Moriarty?
Yeah, that's next. That's
Rick,
happening.
you're
here.
next, buddy.
I have to issue
You're next, buddy.
a formal apology for my buddies here.
We're not sticking up for you either.
Okay, so Rick, you touched upon something that was really, really interesting. The fact that that was an ad. That wasn't
was
actually
an
on our list right now. This was
That
kind
was
of like
an
one of those
advertisement.
surprises that I talked
Boom.
about in the
Like,
beginning.
Throw it out there.
Francisco, I think you're good at explaining things.
I am?
Explain to the viewers at home what's going on with all this stuff.
With what?
YouTube
With YouTube and advertisements.
Oh, dude.
Why is our video titled the
We're-
way it's titled?
We're going out of business, folks. We need help more than ever. So basically,
We're having an everything must go sale. Señor Bigotes, number 1.
so
just kidding.
Hey man, I'll just take this back.
Oh.
okay, so right now you're seeing this on Facebook Live. We started using this platform to show you our show live. This is not edited. This is not rehearsed. This is as you see us. This is how we're going. But after you're done watching the show, then it goes over to YouTube, which was our first home. That's when we started doing our show, and it gets archived there. What's happening now is that a lot of people that depend on YouTube, we don't quite depend on YouTube yet because we don't really have that much following. Let's be honest. But there's people like, we're talking about like PewDiePie, like Dashi XP, all those big YouTubers that
Francis.
Francis. They rely on YouTube
I think it's
advertisement
Boogie, but yeah.
to make a living, basically. That's how they make their money. That's how they make their living. And now advertisers are pulling out of YouTube. Why? Because apparently Google does not have the ability to pick and choose where the ads fall on any particular video. Say like we're doing this video right now, we could say offensive stuff about someone, and Coca-Cola will be playing underneath, and it'll make it seem like Coca-Cola is actually endorsing bad behavior or bad content. So I think it was Coke and Pepsi, the ones that told YouTube first, either you fix this, don't put our ads on offensive content, or we're pulling out. And they gave them a little bit less than a year to fix it. They didn't fix it. So big advertisers are pulling out of YouTube. And PewDiePie just made an announcement last night or this morning where he's saying that
it was
he's
yesterday.
done with YouTube. He's going to go over to Twitch and stream his content because
I don't think
he
he-
will not get any revenue.
I don't think he said that he was done with YouTube. I think he said he was going to basically
In a
now
more,
implement
roundabout
a weekly
way.
show on Twitch to kind of compensate for some of this.
The ads. And if you
Revenue
go to
that he's not
YouTube
out
right now, try clicking on random videos. Not right now. Wait till our show is over. Then go to YouTube and click on random videos.
Not right now.
And you'll see that no ads are playing. There are a few advertisers still, but very few. And most of the time when you click on a video, there's no ad.
And I have noticed that the majority of the ads that are being played are on family-friendly content, actually.
Yes. Like us.
So,
Hey, guys.
So, except we don't monetize.
No.
We're bringing all this to you for absolutely free. We do this I hate to say it as if though I'm saying out of the goodness of our hearts, but no, we're doing this just
we
because
enjoy it.
We enjoy it. It's a hobby to us. We do have the dream of eventually, turning this all into
Make
a
a
business
company.
of some sort, make it profitable, at least for you guys to let us into E3 for free. That's the big goal. That's the big goal.
That's the goal.
Yeah, just let us in, guys, please. No, but yeah.
We do 2 shows in Spanish and English.
Yeah,
We're bilingual.
we'll do you right. Even if
We'll reach more peeps.
Bilingual for the price of one.
Yeah. So yeah. I mean, it doesn't really affect us. We'll continue bringing you content on a weekly basis, the way we have been for a few years now. Actually, next week
will be DGT's 2nd year anniversary.
we're gonna be the
years.
toddlers, the
2
terrible
years.
twos.
Oh,
Wow.
DGT, the terrible 2
Oh,
years.
imagine if our
Here
show
they
went
come.
into that phase, the terrible 2s of DGT.
I think we've been through a
snap.
little bit of that already, but
Yes. But we always keep it behind closed doors. You
Yeah.
never notice that.
yeah, we never let it spill out into the public like those
We love you
other
guys.
guys from the other channels.
We love you.
Yes. Moriarty, what?
What?
What? Whoa. Throw him under the bus now.
Oh, man. So,
but-
so that's what's happening with
Did I hear
YouTube.
something?
I mean, YouTube needs to fix the way they deliver ads to content creators. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah,
It's
that's
all in
true.
their. The ball is in their court now, as they say.
It's in their court. That's for sure.
Moving along, we have
Another scary one.
We do. Oh, we do.
Yeah,
we
put
do
it
have
on.
another one.
Play it.
Another scary.
Roll the
Let's
film.
roll that beautiful bean
Now-
footage.
I gotta be honest. I don't remember everything about the original, but I do remember little bits and pieces of it, and it didn't scare the crap out of me. But I was like, "Whoa,
Language, Rick. Language.
Creepy clown.
crap!"
We're not.
I do
we're
love
not gonna
this
have
though.
Pepsi.
Look at what
coursing our
happens right
video.
here.
Crap.
Look at what happens right here. Look.
I remember this scene.
Boom.
Not
Boom,
exactly this scene,
son.
but I remember
That
this
doesn't
in the
happen in the
original.
original one.
Yeah,
He
well-
actually goes underneath. He doesn't hit his head.
Yeah, that. I was gonna say this all happened, but yeah, the hip. Okay, the bumping.
Oh,
On the
look,
hip
look at this.
but
Look at it. Look at it.
all I gotta say is.
Clown.
All I gotta say is all those
Sorry, clowns are hilarious.
all
I
those-
think they're
all
funny.
those-
Oh, man.
I think
clown
they're funny.
phobia
They make the world a better
people.
place.
They do. See?
all them clown phobia people. Oh man,
What
they
do you
gonna be
mean,
coming-
those people?
Those people? They're gonna be coming back in massive waves again. All I know is that if this was anything just like the original, people are gonna be pooping their pants.
Auro, prima, saludos, prima. Querétaro.
Subtitle.
Yeah, sorry. It's a.
Hello, cousin.
It's that.
Haha.
It's that Latin blood inside of me.
Latin blood.
Yeah,
But,
so we can see the paranormal happening right here. The clown started to manifest itself. And
The face looks, creepy. It looks like whoa. I don't know about that ruffly kind of look around.
it's going the classic look.
I don't know. That just that just doesn't do it for me.
Look at that. Look at that beautiful clown.
Like beautiful.
Look.
I actually
so
I had
beautiful.
never seen
The original one.
the original, until last year.
I saw it a
last year.
long time
I
ago.
remember-
Last year was
Remember-
the first time.
Was that the first? Well, maybe not the first, but that was one of the first films to come out on 2 VHS tapes because it was
Yes.
so long that when you rented it, big old
You're
thing
like,
like that.
you got
Yeah.
2 tapes. And
Yeah.
you're like, what?
Two for
Yeah,
the price
it's
of one.
a, from what I understand, a very creepy book and a very enduring film as well.
Look,
it's
Ken is back.
Definitely withstood.
You can now understand us,
test of
Ken.
time. Yeah, Ken.
We took off the SAP button, so now we're coming to you in English audio now.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, I don't know about that.
I'll give it a rental.
It is gonna be pretty sweet. So at least I'm hoping.
All right, so
Oh! It's that time for Leo's Furious 5.
We need me and Bunch need to have like flamethrowers like ready to go. So we're just like,
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. It's time for Leo's Furious 5. Speaking of film remakes, we're bringing you a Furious 5 list specifically about film remakes.
Oh, snap.
Top 5 film remakes. in my opinion.
And like we told you at the beginning, this is not rehearsed. We don't know what's going on. We never know what Leo's going to present us with. So this is actually
this
good.
Furious 5 of Leo is
this sounds good.
It's something that I wait for every week. I like that intro where you just jumped in there with the sound. But we do need some fireworks. We need something here to...
Oh, my goodness. Here we go. It's halftime, folks.
Halftime.
Barely halftime. Dang.
We got to
guys,
pump up that.
Thanks for
Thanks
for hanging in there.
Do a few of these. All right.
Just kidding. Just go.
Top 5 film remakes, in my opinion. Number 5, Beauty and the Beast. Beauty and the Beast.
Haven't seen it yet.
The
but
beloved film from 1992, the animated Disney film, was remade this year into a new non-animated Disney film. It's a live-action film, and it was spectacularly done, I think. It had a lot of great scenes in it. It made me almost shed a tear a few times. I was not expecting that. Number... What are we on? Number 4. Whoa there. Number 4, RoboCop.
I like that.
Our beloved film from the 80s received a lot of hate lately when it was released. And you know what? It was unwarranted. Shame on you, internet, for not liking RoboCop, the remake.
I actually love that one.
I just can't get over the left hand thing. I can't.
What left hand?
Or right hand. They kept one of his hands fleshy.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then it switched.
Yeah,
something like that.
the original. Jeez, you got to go back and see the original.
The original, they never care less they what they did in the original. They had a glove that made it look robotic. That's what I want. His
why
face.
Why not make it robotic?
His
Rick.
face.
They wanted to keep as much as him as human as possible.
Well, that's why they kept the brain. That's the whole point. But it's like face, hand.
Rick,
what the heck?
Rick.
Why not a left foot?
In the original, if you just go back and rewatch the original, you'll listen to
all I know
to what they're saying, and they say that I think it's his left hand is completely robotic, and his right hand is natural. But however, I understand what you see in the film is he has the gloves on, he has that metal exterior on his arm that is actually there, that is his arm. So you never actually see it. I forgive you for not remembering that. But he does have his actual arm.
All I know is that it needed red going.
It didn't.
Red Foreman.
It did need a better villain like Red. Red was unforgettable. Can you fly, Bobby?
That was bad.
A lot of great one-liners.
And then they run over Sloth.
Number 3.
Yeah. So number 3, Planet of the Apes. Planet of the Apes. I love these remakes.
Okay,
are you
talking about the Tim Burton one or this late one?
See, that's the thing.
The Michael Jackson ape Planet of the Apes.
Oh, man.
You know what I'm talking about. Look it up. Michael Jackson, Planet of the Apes. You know what I'm talking about. Rest in peace, Michael Jackson. You're one of my favorites of all time.
If
Boom.
only the first one was remade, I would have said awesome.
Okay.
But because there was too many of them films, man.
The original films, to be honest with you, I'm not a big fan of them.
Never seen them.
I know a lot of people
I know it's a classic. I never seen it.
They are classic.
I don't care to see them.
Respects to them. Very, very good premise, But to me, they really they meant nothing to me until now when they released these remakes.
The Caesar one.
They all have Caesar, but they have what's it called? Rise of the Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, those. Caesar is the main character.
Planet of the Apes.
Caesar's also in the originals. That's why I'm saying.
Really?
Yes, he is.
Planet of the Apes was like the end. And then there was Rise of the Planet of the Apes, Dawn of the I don't even remember the titles, but because of all those prequels that they've came out with, like to me it's kind of like it's done. They're beating a dead horse.
Number 2, you guys are gonna hate me for this because it's a non-nerdy film.
It's okay, I already hate you.
It's a non-nerdy film, Les Miserables. I love Gladiator trying to sing a good tune in that.
You don't interrupt Russell Crowe when he's soliloquying.
I'm Russell Crowe.
Come on, Tugger.
I love this film. This film, I'm telling you guys, I don't cry in many films. This film did make me cry. Yes,
I've never seen it, but
this film
I've heard Anne Hathaway's in it.
Fantastic.
She sings. Russell Crowe's in it.
They all sing.
He sings. And
Wolverine's
I
on
heard
it too.
he wasn't that good of a singer. Wolverine's on it. He sings.
Wolverine, Russell Crowe, Catwoman. They're all in it. The only guy missing was Morgan Freeman.
They're all some kind of fighter just to narrate what was going on.
Oh my God, dude!
And
when I saw this film,
let him do it.
And then she cried. Morgan Freeman.
Yes.
Rick, you're gonna do a terrible impression.
I know.
We'd
I
love
know.
to see you try.
I know. That's why I do it.
It's so funny.
Thank you kindly.
So number one, Leo.
Thank you kindly.
I love that film, Les Miserables. Go watch it.
Mosquitoes.
Go watch it. You'll probably hate it, but just go watch it just to humor me. Number one.
I hate you.
This film. Yeah, buddy.
Must be
Yeah,
good.
buddy.
Don't peek at his list. Don't peek. No
Yeah,
peeking.
buddy. You guys remember Stallone in Judge Dredd? I'm the law. That movie was terrible. That movie was terrible. But the recent remake, Dredd. It's not Judge Dredd. It's just
Dredd.
Dredd.
That one, actually,
Oh my
I gotta
gosh.
admit, I thought was cool.
Haven't seen it.
That movie. You haven't seen it?
Or the original one.
Blasphemy. Well, blasphemy on the new one.
My
gosh.
The only gripe, it's a good movie, and that's a good number. Maybe not number one, but that's a good number. The only gripe I have about that movie is that they basically took the concept of Judge Dredd, because it was a completely different story altogether.
Right.
But they took Max Payne, and they took, what was that Indonesian film? Like that SWAT team that raided the apartment complex. The Raid. They got those two movies and made Dredd. All three of those movies were pretty sweet. Wait, was Max Payne a movie?
They added a lot of extra.
I meant a game, but
a lot of extra soy sauce in this film. It had so much more flavor, I think.
I think it was Sriracha.
It was just so.
Why did I
so
squeezing
good.
Sriracha?
It was so good.
No, it was a good movie, actually.
I love how he would just tell his weapon like boom, incendiary, boom, 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 and it's just like boom.
So
like everything was just like
he went like point
explode.
blank. Keanu Reeves on it. Incendiary, boom, boom.
And the other thing I love about this film, he's a famous actor. I forgot your name. I'm so sorry.
Remember.
I apologize.
Can't remember who it was.
But he's a very well known actor. I consider him.
Wait,
like,
they don't even show his face.
Maybe,
He's always like
maybe
with his
on the
helmet.
A list.
Dredd.
But they never show his face. He was so into the character.
He actually had a good Stallone look to him, because he had that jaw that, you know.
Kind of. He kind of did. He had that tough guy machismo.
Carl
80s,
Urban.
80s vibe to him. Carl Urban. You my boy.
What else does
you
he
my
come
boy?
out on?
I recently
movie?
saw an
He's done
interview.
Star Trek Beyond, Star Trek, Into the Darkness, Space Dragon, Born Supremacy,
And don't forget Doom.
And he's gonna be in Thor Ragnarok.
He was in Doom. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. He wasn't. Oh yeah, he's one of the bad guys.
He has lobbied to make a sequel to Dredd, but so far no luck. But hopefully,
Dredder.
keep on at it, and you'll have our full support. Start a Patreon or something.
Cool dudes.
Okay, we have a message from one of our fans here, Marissa. Hey,
I am a cool
that
dude.
Rick is one cool dude.
Thank you, Marissa.
she put sunglasses, a little
the
emoji with
emoji.
sunglasses.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought it was
so
that meme where it all freezes, goes black and white, and the shades go on.
So those were my top 5. Number 5, Beauty and the Beast. Number 4, RoboCop. Number 3, Planet of the Apes. Number 2, Les Miserables. And number 1, Judge Dredd.
All right.
I'm on board about 20% of that.
I'll say 10%.
10%.
RoboCop, and that's it.
Hey, like I said, folks.
My
list. If you got a bad list, bring it.
I like how Ken his comment. I cried in blood in and blood out.
That's because Leo was saying that he cried in the Miserable.
yeah.
Blah, blah.
Yeah, the way they did.
He's hardcore
The
like
way
that.
Little Puppet did Big Puppet at the end.
La
Oh,
onda.
gosh.
Moving on, guys.
Gosh, man.
locos.
Gosh.
This
Vatos
next
locos.
thing, dudes. This show right here.
This is a game changer right here, folks.
wow.
I just binge watched this. I clicked on it. I was like, I'm just gonna watch the trailer. after I saw the trailer,
You're like,
I was
I'm on.
I'm gonna watch the first 5 minutes of this show. Saw the first 5 minutes.
You're
I'm
hooked.
gonna finish watching this show.
This show? I thought you said the episode, but no, the show.
The show. It
yeah.
escalates that quickly.
I like how
She's like, so there I am.
I have to point out something about this show right here. This is a young adult novel. It's based on a young adult novel from 2007, I believe. I can't remember the year exactly, but it's during like the whole Twilight craze. Every young girl, teenager of the time was reading this book. And this show, the way they made this show, you would think it's going to be another Twilight. Heck no. This show captures you. This is what a good show looks like. And you don't have to be a teenage girl to enjoy it and appreciate what's going on. It just freaking grabs you and you have to binge the whole thing.
Yeah, Netflix did it again, folks.
they
Netflix
redeemed
did it again.
themselves after the whole Iron.
It's so good.
The Iron farce, the debacle.
Yeah,
They've definitely redeemed. I've only seen the first
Oh
episode,
my
to
gosh.
be honest, but I am hooked. And the
You
funny
know
thing
what?
is, I was watching it with my wife. Oh,
you
what?
were?
Yeah, I was watching the first episode.
Okay.
I was watching it with my wife, and we've been seeing a couple different shows, little bits here and there.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm pausing it, or not pausing it, but not seeing the next episode until she's there with me or whatever. We saw this one, just kind of like, let's check it out, let's see it.
Uh-huh.
And she's like, "Dang it!" I'm like, "What? Now
hooked.
another show, another show that we gotta finish?" I was like, "Yep."
Yep.
Yeah,
I
man,
gotta
it's-
say though, it's refreshing that it's not, crap. You know, I mean,
Very refreshing.
it's
There's-
really good.
There's too
Tall
much
drink of water.
There's too much pollution, I think, in television nowadays. And granted, this isn't the traditional television; it's Netflix. But this show, it captures a certain essence. It captures the essence of high school life almost perfectly, I would have to say.
And it's very tailored to millennials. Let's say that.
Very tailored to millennials. And I'll
Take that.
Okay, so we're gonna move into our personal impressions of the show as we move here. No spoilers. I don't want to ruin anything for you guys, but through the beginning of the show, you get hooked. It's very interesting because you're kind of peeking into the lives of these different teenagers from this one high school, and something goes terribly wrong. One of the teenagers takes her life, and she leaves these audio tapes behind explaining the reasons why, the 13 reasons why she took her life. And these tapes are being
Passed
on in a very pre-planned fashion. They're being passed on from person to person, and they're listening to the tapes, and they're finding out that they're part of the reason why this girl decided to end her life in a very tragic fashion. And one thing, from my personal perspective, my generation is very different from the generation right now. Mostly because the generation right now, things like bullying don't stop when you reach home. With social media being at everybody's access, it just continues, and it's a shame that the kids nowadays have to go ahead and live through something like this. It's something that's very serious. Mm-hmm. I know everybody likes to join in and laugh at some of the stuff that does happen. Sometimes you can't help it but laugh, because some of the stuff, I guess you could say, it is funny, but at the same time,
You're hurting someone.
a lot of these people that are joining in on this, they're not mature enough. They're not at that level to think, hey, this on the other end of this, there's somebody that's getting their feelings hurt, somebody who this is affecting in a very deep fashion. And so pretty much this show captures that essence. I do have to admit, though, there was a point in this show where I was just kind of like, these millennials, they don't know how to put up with, they don't know how to handle tough situations. They don't know how, and I start getting
annoyed.
About halfway through the show. I was like, why did she do that?
Mm-hmm.
Or why did he do that? Or why are they doing this? Why don't they just do this? It would make so much more sense to just do this. And they're just overreacting. They're overreacting.
Have you noticed that every single little problem that they encounter could be resolved by talking, and they never talk.
Exactly.
They never talk. They text. That's it.
And I understand you're close to the end, but not quite there yet,
Not
right?
yet, no.
Rick, you only saw the first episode. I actually saw the whole thing. And I'm going to tell you, and I'm not going to ruin anything for you, but towards the end, in one of the last episodes,
Thor fights Hulk.
Oh my god.
Something very serious happens. Something very, very tragic happens, where you, like me as a Gen X guy, I felt a lot of sympathy for the kids, you know, for these, as I was already starting to label them, these millennials, you know, they don't know how to solve problems. They don't know how to do this. Don't know how to, you know, it was like the grumpy father within me was coming out and started getting frustrated with these kids that don't know how to handle life. And I was just already thinking like, oh, get over it. You know, like I was starting to get to that point.
There's points where I feel like that.
And and then something happens and then you're just like, oh my God, I wish I would have known. Like, then I feel like that jerk father that should have spoken to the kid and found out all the details of what was going on. And yes, like you said, it's all about communication, and it's very important. If you're a person out there that's watching us that has ever felt like maybe your life doesn't have meaning in it, and that life might be better for everyone if you weren't in it, please communicate with somebody.
You have to
talk with somebody, because
dude,
I'm 100% sure that you mean the world to somebody. And if you don't see that, then it's because you're not talking to enough people. You need to do that. You need to realize you probably mean the world to somebody that is even picking on you, or somebody that you never even knew existed, or somebody that you haven't even met yet. There's a long life beyond 17 years of age or lower. Dude. There's a long life of that. Seek help. It's easy to say seek help, but just seek something. Seek someone that's gonna be there with you, at least to listen. You don't always need somebody to give you advice, but you always can have somebody to listen. And this is part of what the magic of this show is. The magic of this show is that it kind of creates that conversational topic. I told you, I binge watched this over one weekend with my wife. Together, me and my wife, we binge watched most shows.
That's actually impressive, because I don't know you. I've never known you to like dedicate so much time to any one thing.
Dude, my wife wants to binge this. I've been preventing her from like, let's take it slow. Let's actually enjoy it.
No.
Like
you
she
have
wants to like really
to
go one by one.
No, you have to watch it, man. Whether it's binging it or not, but you have to. I think it's definitely one of the highlights of
Netflix
of this millennial generation, because usually each generation has that movie that is like their anthem for their generation. I think this series is going to be the anthem for the millennial generation.
To me, I'm not saying that it's to like throw my generation, like Gen X, because we're Gen Xers, but to me, Empire Records, for some reason. That movie, I don't know. There's something about that. The whole, how people used to be when they were young. You know, like the whole, I don't know. That's what speaks to me, you know? And I know exactly what you're talking about. And then I was talking to a friend of mine who's a little bit older, and they keep talking about American Graffiti. So, you know, it's generational things. And it's a millennial movie. Like,
yeah,
it's definitely something that you have to relate to. There's a little bit of different kind of flavors, I would say, for different peoples and different generations. But it's definitely kind of tailored. I can see that it's tailored to more of the millennials and how they go about a day-to-day life. I don't know. Just hearing what you're talking about as far as the series go, I'm definitely still interested. I want to see it, but it's kind of like I don't know. It's kind of feels like it's gonna be like very moody, very.
It's not though.
No,
I mean it is, but it's done tastefully. I will say that it's not done to a point where you're just like, really, like You don't see it coming.
No.
This is from our generation, Gen X. Dawson's Creek. Remember Dawson's Creek? We never saw it, but we knew what it was, and we knew we hated it.
Pretty white kids with problems.
This is well done.
And there were some moments where it was just kind of like leaning in that direction, and I was kind of like leaning in the other.
Yeah,
like,
like,
I don't think so. But then it was just kind of like
it just redeems itself.
Back to you're just going through a curvy road, and it has that really good balance to it.
All right.
It has. Yes, this is going to be the jam of the millennial generation.
No, yes.
However, this is not to say that us Gen X and generations before us have a stake in this series also, because it does also involve parents.
Well, yeah, we're parents
counselors,
now, so it's
the educational system.
I do like how in that first episode where he was trying to find a tape player, and he didn't know what to call it.
I know.
Like he was telling
the boombox.
his dad, he's like, that thing where you can play CD player?
And
the boombox? Or
like-
really, is that what it's called?
Like my little girl, dude, she grabs the phone and she knows exactly what you're supposed to do, you know? She's not going to grow up
Right.
knowing payphones or rotary phones or black and white TV, you know? It's a generational thing, and it's
Exactly.
insane.
Well, there's a huge
It's
gap
insane.
in that generation already. The phones, that kind of little quick side story. I don't know if I told you guys, but one time I was playing what was I playing? Pokemon or something. Not Pokemon Go. I was playing like an emulator on my phone. And even though the phone is touchscreen, it was emulating
he owns
like
the real game though.
Yes. It was emulating the controller, the D-pad and the buttons where you had to press them on the screen. I gave it to my son because he was, like, oh, dad, whatever. So he's over here like touching the screen, like trying to make the character move. But
it's not
that's not how it works. You gotta do the joystick basically. So
and then you gotta use your hands.
so it's like there's a huge difference.
Yes,
where
it
we
is.
had the control, a physical big old thing in our hand that we had to move, and short little cable that we had.
So put this in your mind, Rick. If we already kind of feel disconnected to millennials, imagine how it's gonna be when our kids are teenagers.
Right. It's gonna be a
We're
whole
gonna be
new
those
world.
grandparents that right now we're like trying to show them how to use a smartphone, and they're like,
Oh,
"What is this?
man.
What is? Just print out the email."
Well, let me finish this thought. Last
Finish
night
it.
it was really
Finish him.
it was really late, and my wife and I have to get up really early in the morning
And
to
you'll
get ready
watch
to go to
this.
work, and we're like, hey, one more episode, let's do this. So we finished it. After it ended, like 5 seconds later, it automatically started playing the making of. We sat through that. That was just as magical as the episode. And
How long is it making?
and then it's like about like another episode.
Oh,
It's
dang.
like 30 to 45 minutes, maybe an hour. We saw the whole thing because it's very interesting. I don't even want to say anything about it until you get to it.
Watch it.
But something one of our viewers right now just went ahead and commented when we were talking about seeking some help, seeking something, seeking someone. She wrote down, how about you seek God? Now, I know a lot of people have stayed away from bringing religion into a lot of personal aspects, but last night, even after we stayed up really late and knew we had to go to work early in the morning, my wife and I had maybe like an hour or an hour and a half long discussion regarding the movie after it was done. My wife and I, we're people of faith. We are Christians, and we started talking about all these things also. And I don't want to get too preachy, even though it is going to be a little preachy, I understand. But for people that are people of faith, in most faiths, I can only speak to my faith as Christian's faith, but in most faiths that I have studied over the years, most faiths have certain values and traditions of things you can and should not do. And I can see a lot of these things that happen within this show. If some of these kids would have just abstained from doing this and following more of a moral compass, a TV series like this and also things like this in the real life would never even happen. But obviously, we live in the real world, and in the real world, things like this do happen. And it's also, in some ways, it's also a cultural thing, because some cultures allow more quote unquote freedoms to their teenage teenage children. And so teenage children, you know, I hate to say it in a negative way. It's not really a negative way, but it's the truth. Their brains are not fully developed yet. They have a harder time abstaining from things that they shouldn't be doing. And it's kind of like if you put a candy in front of a toddler and you tell them not to eat the candy, the toddler's going to eat the candy. It's just...
They don't know.
It's almost like a reflex. It's not so much like a thought process that goes into it.
But let me play devil's advocate on that comment that you just made, and going back to something Clay's father in the show says that really stuck with me, and it's really true. Like you're saying, a lot of people may not believe in God, may not have religion as well, and this is a very true statement that what he told him, have something.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be God. It doesn't have to be whatever you want. Just have something that interests you. Follow through, enjoy it, and you'll do fine.
Well, I think that's what you meant when
like
you
by
said
moral compass.
Find something, someone to help you out to basically overcome that hill, that bump.
Yeah.
But I mean, obviously for us, you know, those that have faith and those that don't have faith, there is always something to look forward to. Yep. It's just a matter of finding what that something is.
Yep.
Right.
See, we have that is game time. That's
yeah.
our thing.
So yeah, I mean, I don't mean to just kind of break it off. It is a very, very serious subject. It's a great series. I strongly recommend you watch it. My only real criticism of the show is it seems like everybody is blamed except the person that it happened to. She takes no accountability whatsoever for her actions.
That was my first thought.
And,
it's like, what if she was the bully one? Because at the end, she kills herself and blames it on all of these other kids that are still alive. You know? So
well, I don't want to ruin it, but
okay, don't ruin it.
It's not that though.
Yeah,
but I do want to say though,
treading some
but you know,
dangerous waters there,
like the Karate Kid.
But
He's the bully.
But I do want to say though,
you know that theory, right? You heard that. So.
But I do want to say though, she does put herself in situations that
shouldn't be put in the first place.
That she knew were not good situations, but
and
she
still did it.
She went there anyway. And so there's some accountability there too. I'm not saying she's just accountable. I mean, everybody is accountable. Don't just blame others. That was a problem with our generation, Gen X, and that's a problem with the millennial generation as well. It's everybody else's fault except mine. A wise Chinese proverb says, "The person that blames others is just at the beginning of the journey. The person that blames themselves is in the middle of their journey. The person that blames nobody at all has already arrived." So take that.
Spitting some knowledge at you.
For whatever you might think it is. And with that said, boom! Moving on.
Oh, we're not done yet.
We're not done yet, guys.
We're not done, ladies. Oh, look at
Fourth quarter.
It's an ad, ladies and gentlemen. What's this?
Destiny 2.
Oh, yeah.
YouTube is still grasping.
Check out.
For dear life.
Check out last week's show where Rick just went ape crazy about this.
What the heck is
Yooka-Laylee.
Yeah, so
not the little, not the Over the Rainbow song.
Yooka-Laylee. This game is just being released this week. Very anticipated video game. It's you could almost say it's sort of an indie title, but not really, because it's from the same team that brought you the classic Banjo-Kazooie. Banjo-Tooie. Remember those games?
Yes. Rare.
Banjo and Kazooie.
When
the original
64.
Rare team for Nintendo 64. Hey, they got it done, guys. This I think it was a Kickstarter, a Kickstarter project. I'm not 100% clear on the memory of that, but they went ahead and got this started. They wanted to just kind of like do a spiritual successor to the Banjo-Kazooie titles. However, they did not have the rights to Banjo-Kazooie, so they're like, hey, let's make up new characters that have the same exact play mechanics.
Oh my god!
And have similar platforming elements in a brand new video game. And this is what you get. You get Yooka-Laylee. So we have Yooka, and we have Laylee.
Okay.
A chameleon and a bat.
Man.
So
Yuka is Banjo and Laylee is
exactly.
Rick, you used to have this awesome like burpee talk from those old games. Can you give us a little rendition of
come
that?
on, Rick.
Come on, dude.
I don't think I can do that, but
Can you just try?
I did love that.
No, Rick.
I can't do that.
You had this awesome like burpee like.
Look, you want my lunch to come out right here?
Earlier today, you did a funny but lame
Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman. This is actually funny, and you do it justice. Come on, just try it, man. It's a character from the original Banjo-Kazooie.
Do you remember what character it was?
It was like a walrus-looking dude. That's all
Something
I remember.
Like it was like
Putting him on the
and
spot.
it sounded like
but
he was
every time they
burping.
talked, they didn't just move their lips. Like they had a sound effect.
Was-
And this
yeah.
guy had like a burp that was like a.
Oh, dude.
My bad.
But
Something like that.
it was just constant like.
But yeah, like on and off.
And Rick, you used to do it like with the burp, on command, all the time, and it was. Just
I must have
perfect.
had like a
Hey,
big
what's
old bottle.
that, dude?
I must
It's
have had
an
like a
Easter
big
egg,
old
buddy.
bottle of soda with me
Shovel
ready to go.
Knight.
Like, bam.
Did you see that?
Yeah, it
what?
was
Shovel
it's
Knight.
a Shovel Knight Easter egg there that they added to it.
So I read some reviews on this, like the actual gameplay, that I've heard that the camera is kind of difficult to work with.
Yeah, just like the original.
It wasn't that bad on Banjo. I don't remember it being that bad.
I wonder if they're using the same engine. Just
No,
pretty
yes.
sure.
From what I understand, they built the same engine for,
Oh,
and
man.
it's almost like a direct.
And
I don't want to say clone, but like successor to
it
the
looks
Banjo.
just like
they
it.
call it
Like
a
if they would
spiritual
have,
successor.
if they would have made Banjo-Kazooie 3, this would have been it.
Just imagine it has a new skin on it,
Right,
a skin
yeah.
pack, a new DLC
Yeah, and
skin
it's
pack.
and don't get it confused. It's not a high budget game. It's a low budget game.
And then I also heard that it's like a vast, like a big open world that you can go do a bunch of different things, but that it seems like lonely. Like there's not enough stuff to happen, bad guys to fight. You're just basically climbing here, falling there, flying over here, running this way. It's like just a lot of emptiness. I don't know how true that is, but I just heard like one or two comments about that. But
Looks alright.
it looks like a cute kid game to
Pick up game.
Yeah, just to mess around.
Yeah, so it's definitely not meant to be like a super hardcore game.
Is this coming out
It's
on all
just-
platforms?
Yeah.
Or?
Even the Switch.
I'm pretty sure they're hitting
From
Switch
from
on
what I
this one.
understand, it's coming out on all platforms.
Interesting.
I think there might be some timed exclusivity on maybe Xbox. Not 100% sure on that, but it is supposed to come out to most platforms.
Yooka-Laylee.
Yeah.
All right.
And it's coming out
Boom!
this week.
News for the Xbox Scorpio. Hey, another ad. Maybe
Another
they're back,
ad.
guys.
Maybe they're back.
They were on hiatus for like
But have
it's
you noticed that
they
it's
were on
all
break.
about video games though? It's nothing like Nissan or Ford
Oh yeah,
or Honda.
because it's on family-friendly content right now, so they are
Ah.
getting
It's like a
ads.
There
filter
you
that's
go.
Yeah.
flip the switch.
Scorpio.
Project Scorpio. Recently, Digital Foundry. Go check them out. They're a great YouTube site. They went ahead and released, or they got a tour of the Xbox Scorpio, and they went ahead and did a few tests on Microsoft's newest console. I saw some of the results that they were bringing up, and from what I understand, yes, it is more powerful.
6 teraflops.
More powerful than the
Whoa.
PlayStation
Pro.
4 Pro.
Holy crap.
So whereas the 4
Sorry.
Pro I think does 4
4,
or
I think.
4.5.
I think it's 4.
It's like 4 teraflops. This is the 6 teraflops,
6.
which is extremely powerful for a
This is
home,
like a gaming PC.
a home console. Exactly, and and a lot of this was designed to do true 4K gaming.
Wow.
True 4K, not like the PS4 Pro.
It's
does-
native. 4K is going to be native.
Yeah.
Oh.
So the PS4 Pro does this really cool trick where it renders everything at 2K and then just multiplies it by 2, and so you get a 4K
4K
image.
display.
But it's
Still though rendering at 2K.
it's up-resed to 4K. It's not native 4K. This is gonna be native,
Native 4K.
to 4K.
It's all 4K.
But
Glorious.
here's the thing, Microsoft. If you're listening, this is not a Leo's demand. It's
Leo's
just kinda
demand.
like a Leo. This is Leo scratching his head.
Like why? Why,
like,
guy?
what's the purpose? You're not gonna beat PlayStation right now. They have a 2-1 lead on you. I
and
think
a lot more games.
I think the numbers. I mean, they haven't officially released numbers, but there's experts that go ahead and crunch all the numbers and what they see and whatnot. PS4 has sold about I want to say 60 million units so far, more or less, and the Xbox One has sold more or less 30 million units.
Dang.
And so
Look at those
it's like
graphics.
it's done. It's done. Like it's not gonna happen. Plus, Microsoft.
Look at that shit.
They should be focusing on the games. Where are all the games? E3 is right around the corner. I'm sure they're gonna have a lot of announcements there. However, as of right now, they're like MIA. The games are MIA. I mean, it's great that you're doing all this stuff, but at the same time, it's like, what are you going to do, Francisco? I'm hearing that this console is going to cost between $500 to $600.
I ain't paying that much money for a
and,
console.
and also, if you consider this is a console, Microsoft. That's the platform. Microsoft also releases their things for laptops and PCs as well.
If
and
they
laptops
do
and PCs,
compatibility,
laptops and PCs have already had for a couple years now, these, or maybe a year, I'll give them that, graphics cards that could do native 4K already. I mean, yes, it is quite a big investment, but you have cards like the GTX 1070, you get GTX 1080, the GTX 1080i, where you could build your own computers, and they're already more powerful than this thing that's supposed to.
I've been taking out of this
the minds of gamers everywhere.
They're basically competing directly with the PS4 Pro.
Yeah.
To top that console.
Yeah. But no games though.
And to stay away from what a PC is. So this is kind of like something like in the middle. Because, as you were saying, there's a 1080 Ti that just came out.
It was recently came out. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's what, like $800? Something like that?
Mm-hmm.
So if for that price, you're willing to dish out that much money, which we're still talking about other components to build your computer, so it's above $800.
Oh, yeah, you're looking
if
at like
they stay
$2,000
below that price mark, which $500 to $600 is that price mark, they can be better than PS4, but not just as much. I mean, it's Microsoft. It's computers. So they have their tech in a watered-down version in a console meant for, here it is, play some games, maybe stream some video, watch some videos, play some music.
Well, you're comparing it to the 1080 Ti graphics card on computers.
No, but that's
what
I
understand, this is more comparable to a 1070.
No, but that's what I'm saying.
And the 1070
if you're talking
doesn't cost that much money, to be honest.
If you're talking about being at that max resolution with awesomeness, that's what the 1080 Ti is for. Right. You go that route. But if you're not willing to go that high, then this is what you settle for. This console, play your games better than PS4
or
Pro.
a 1070 card.
Or a 1070.
Which is, it just baffles me knowing that the 1070 is like half a year old, and this is gonna release like in November most likely, and this is being touted as like the next great big thing, whereas we've already had technology like this for about half a year now, and at this point, it's just I don't see the sense in getting Project Scorpio. If you look at all the benefits of a PC that you could make, because by the time this is released, you better believe you'll be able to make your own PC, desktop PC, with probably a 1070 card or 1080 card inside of it. I'm talking about November 2017 for the same price or less as what this is going to cost you. I mean, and also when it comes to competing against PlayStation 4 Pro, I honestly see it as a day late and a dollar short. I mean, it's coming out a year after it, and it's coming out at a price point that's gonna, by the time it's released, you better believe Sony's gonna probably drop the price of the PS4 Pro to like $350, perhaps, and this is gonna be released at around $500 to $600, somewhere in that range. Yeah. So, I mean, it's just like a no-brainer, like PS4 Pro. It's gonna have more games. It's gonna be close to half the price, and we're so close to the next generation in consoles. Whereas it just doesn't seem to make any sense to buy Xbox 1.5. You know what I'm saying? This is pretty much what it is. Version 1.5 of the Xbox One. So it's just, I don't know. It's just, it doesn't seem to me, at least, it doesn't seem to me
it's definitely not worth it
to be very appealing, especially when you consider that most people have computers, home computers, like I'm talking about desktops, laptops, and you can just as easily just shell out $350 for the graphics card and slap that sucker in there and get your game on to the next level. Yeah.
Don't worry about
I don't mean
cable,
to
just
sound
slap.
like PC Master Race here, but
You do.
It's more convenient, you know? You have your all-in-one machine.
Yeah.
Your desktop.
Oh yeah.
More customization.
Considering that these are the same games you're going to be playing on.
More customization, aesthetic-wise, cosmetic-wise, as well as actual efficiency when it comes to PC and PC building. But like I said, it's just basically, here it is, ready to go.
Right here.
Pancho!
Before we go, right here.
Right here.
You gotta hold it like triumphantly.
Tell me, Francisco.
Are you
So
stretching?
basically, the United States, Canada, and Mexico declared their intention to submit a bid for the 2026 FIFA World Cup. That means that for 2026 edition, we may have games in the U.S., Mexico, and Canada.
Yes. I know soccer is not the United States number one sport. However, soccer or football, as it's known in
football,
as it's known
Italian,
worldwide, it is the biggest sport in the world on the planet Earth, and we are very fortunate to be sharing this grandiose event with the rest of North America. And I'm very happy.
Well, it's the
I'm
bid.
very happy.
It's the bid. They're going to submit the bid. It still has to get approved by FIFA and the rest of the world. But, I mean, come on, 3 countries. And it'll happen because Mexico has had the World Cup twice already. The U.S. already had it once. Canada never. And it might be a good thing.
It's a good opportunity.
Yes.
That's
still like 10 years away. It's like meh to me. As you all know, I'm not really much of a football fan, but no, I mean, I understand how intense it can get. And
How old am I going to be in 2026?
9 years from now. Go ahead and add them up.
Dude.
A quick comment that we had, one of our viewers said, it's time for me to check out. You guys are speaking Chinese right now. The only games I know is old school games like Contra, Zelda, and Mario Bros.
Hey.
We actually, just to kind of inform you, basically, yes, we are from that generation where those are the games that we also grew up in. Mm-hmm. But as time goes on, so does tech, so does pretty much everything that involves around video gaming. So we basically ride that tide of awesomeness, games and whatnot. Mm-hmm. And, you know, stuff comes out that even we're now like, what the heck? What is this crap?
Excuse me?
Or this is awesome. But we always find ourselves always going back to those original titles. Like that was our school.
That's our jam.
Yep. That's like our fundamentals.
Right.
And that's what I think paved the way for pretty much anybody who is a video gamer now, that they at least know of these games or how much of an influence they were on the lives of like the OG video gamers.
Yeah. Gia.
Not these millennials from 13 Reasons.
Rick.
What? I'm just kidding. With that said,
thank you very much for joining us. Thank you very much for all your sweet, sweet support.
Whoa. Was that like ASMR Leo right there?
Somebody's ears are tingling somewhere.
Like, what?
Thank you so much for your support. Our channel's numbers show the love that you have been showing to us. We greatly are very humbled. We are very appreciative of all your support. That keep clicking the like, comment, and subscribe button down below. With that said, I'm Leo with
Rick
and Francisco. And also, remember this other cool stuff from Daddy's Game Time.
If you like what you saw, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Also visit us at daddysgametime.com, or you can check us out at Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram, all at keyword Daddy's Game Time.
Don't forget our t-shirts and merchandise at daddysgametime.com/merchandise, where you can find designs inspired by pop culture, movies, and video games, designed by Leo and yours truly.
All your support is appreciated.